interrupting your regular scheduled show, but the city of Gothsville is on high alert after the disappearance of one of their favorite goth baddies, Janavisha. The police, families, and hell, even the homeless guy from down the street are out there looking for her. To the person who manages to
Stupid
bring
animal.
Janavisha back home safe, the city of Gothsville is offering them a quote-unquote special night with the goth baddies of Gotham.
I beg your pardon? Hey yo! Ranch Simulator, a game where you can be a farmer, a carpenter, and an oil baron. Today, I will 100% Ranch Simulator. I will buy every animal, buy every tool, plant every plant, build every building, buy and upgrade every car, do every single side quest, and most obviously, I will get every single trophy in the game. After I'm finished with the game, there will be absolutely nothing else left for me to do. So, join me on my journey to 100% Ranch Simulator. We start the game in the character creation menu, and let's just say that I had too much fun with this tool. Skin tint. I like my women the same way I like my milk. White. Hey yo! It's really interesting that brow height completely changes your appearance. Low set eyebrows are completely masculine, where high set brows are the absolute opposite. Wiener, no wiener. Wiener, no wiener. Wiener? No wiener. Breast size. Hey yo. Alright. And after we finished our character, we earned our first achievement. And then we officially started our ranch lifestyle. We stumbled across a love letter that our grandfather have left us, found and robbed his secret chest, and then we were instructed to reassemble his old piece of junk that he proudly calls a car. We went to the gas station and filled that piece of junk up, stopped by an actual car, and I noticed that our character may have scoliosis. Buddy, this is not how you sit in a car. We then bought some tools and chickens and made it back safely to our ranch. We built the chicken coop and got an achievement, and then another one for finishing the tutorial, a third one for flipping the car, parkour, and another one for sleeping. Is she blinking while her eyes are closed? Bow, hello. I then started planning out the layout of my ranch. Okay, started the deforestation process, got another achievement, and I was working my ass off on the ranch. I then got the achievement of walking 12 kilometers, and then completely finished the first part of my house, the garage. And when you see how it turned out at the end of this video, you would know why the garage is the build that I am most proud of. I then continued my layout endeavors, started working on the barn, placed the horsey training area, which meant more deforestation, and then I got to work taking logs and turning them into planks. My fingers hurt so much. I've been recording for like 6 hours. Oh wait, let me correct myself. I've been running around carrying logs for 6 hours. Carajo. Buddy, Malwarebytes, this is not the time for the 40% off sale. Besides, how the fuck did you manage to pop up in the game? Well, I don't know how this is working, but I ain't questioning it. Okay, come on, how many more can I stack in there? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. By pulling a Josh. Alright guys, let's get this shit on the road. Ah, well that is just lame. Honestly, this is just lame. After I got blue balled by them logs, I continued working in the barn area, and after I finished, I started working on the greenhouse. Closed? What the fuck you mean closed? Bitch, I see you. Abre la puerta, pendeja. We're both women, so if you don't open, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw some hands. Sadly, that bitch didn't want to open. I guess women ain't be supporting other women. I then found an oil drilling site and met the freaky cousin of Freddy the Fazbear, Teddy the Freak Bear. What the f- Hey yo, ¿qué está pasando? Hey yo, chill out, chill out. And after we took care of Teddy, we finished building the oil drill, filled it up with gas, and then started collecting some oil. We then continued working in the barn area, collected my first batch of oil, sold that shit for 500, built me another drill to maximize profit, filled that shit with gas, and then went to the farm to sell every single item that was left. I then went back home and started working on the first floor of my house while the oil collectors do their thing. I stopped recording and let the game run in the background for a couple of hours, so when I come back, my collectors would have collected some good shit. I took a loan to get an achievement, sold all of the oil, got an achievement for driving for 45 kilometers as I was trying to get the achievement for naming my ranch. I'ma kill you, stupid deer. Get your ass back in there, boy. Nah, man, why did he die like that? Nah, you freaky, get away from me, what the fuck? I then stopped recording and let the game run in the background again, and when I came back, I found out that my drills were making me some bread. I easily got the oil achievement and used my newfound money to buy me a brand new truck. This is gonna take a while. I continued loading my truck in the middle of the night, you know, cartel style. I then finished the house that I dedicated for the ranch workers, which gives me the achievement of building a house. And by putting this deer to sleep, I got the achievement of killing 10 animals. Again, I let the game run in the background, went to the gym, and when I came back, I decided that, you know what, I might as well let that game run for, I don't know, a couple more hours. And after an unspecified amount of time, I came back to find out that I am fucking rich. I sold all of the oil, used the money to buy more supplies, loaded them up, and went back to the ranch to finish the greenhouse. I then started working on the interior, and after I finished, I went to the general store to buy some seeds and finally have some animals in my so-called ranch. Okay, I'm gonna buy you one of each, a dog and a cat too. I'm gonna get every single seed. Hey yo, se están escapando, güey. Get back in here. My boy, you're gonna get run over. I can only hold 4. Well, these motherfuckers are gonna run away, pendejo. Well, you better pray you don't get kicked. Hey, yo, are you guys alright in there? Don't worry, they are totally fine. And after transporting all of the animals to the ranch, I went to the greenhouse and started planting to get the achievement of planting 10 plants. Pro tip, you should only plant grapes because these little shits sell for high. And you don't need to waste money on fertilizer because even though they take like an hour to yield, you can just do other things around the ranch as they mature. Cause trust me, there is a lot to be done around the ranch, especially if you are building a big ass house. I then went to this guy at the end of the map, completed all of his side quests. Easy does it. Got an achievement for cleaning the chicken coop, and as I was driving down a mountain, I was going so fast that I got an achievement for reaching the speed of 70 kilometers per hour. Check out this jump. That's crazy. I then went to the hunter and did all of his side quests, giving me a rifle and an achievement for doing side quests. Then bought a dog and a cat, giving me the achievement of buying a pet. Got another one for looking inside of an egg using an ovoscope, another one for naming my cat Mittens, and then I stopped recording and started working on my house off camera, since I was very limited on storage space, cause these recordings were huge. And after finally finishing the exterior, it was time for more trophy hunting. I started milking some cows and filled up the milk can to get this achievement. Hey yo, these goats are about to get freaky. What the actual fuck? Buddy, I'm just trying to sell some meat, man. Yeah, selling meat was extremely buggy to the point that I didn't even bother. I changed the color of my truck to get a quick achievement. I grabbed some chickens from the ranch, took them to the burger shop since they were one of the required products for that day, and sold them to get another achievement. I then bought the stunner gun and used it on this cow to get the achievement for using humane methods. Yeah, sure. Humane. Get back here right now, Missy! Now how am I gonna get you in the selling area? Well, I'm sorry, little feller, but I ain't transferring you meat by meat. There you go. Well, that's crazy. I then bought both the harvester and the tractor to get me this achievement. I then stopped by my oil drills, got me some access cash, went around the city collecting bees for a later achievement, started working on the kitchen to pass some time, made some hot dogs for an achievement, and also some cheese for another one. I then continued working on my bees related achievement, collected some poop to continue progressing in the most annoying achievement in the game, and started milking some goats to get yet another achievement. I bought a horsey and got an achievement for it and jumped around with my horsey to get another one. And by the way, this achievement is supposed to be for jumping 30 times. However, I jumped 5 times and I immediately got it. So I then got me some paint to get this achievement, and finally I was ready to get my bees related achievement. And that was another day of saving the bees. And then I was off to get an achievement that I thought I wouldn't be able to get. You see, there's an achievement that requires you to either revive someone or get revived by someone. However, none of my friends have PCs, so I really couldn't find a way to get it. That is until I figured out that your dog is also able to revive you, and that counts toward the achievement. So I grabbed my dog and got stung by bees, and before you know it, the achievement popped up.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
And then went back and bought me another horse because the one that I bought was a piece of shit. I then continued working on my kitchen, did some paint job around the ranch, started working on the porch, and hopped on my horse and ran around the city to get the achievement for riding the horse for 20 kilometers. And oh, by the way, from now on, the frame rate is gonna be shit because 1. Animals that you kill will never ever despawn, and 2. These horny bastards kept multiplying, and transferring them and selling them at the burger shop is such a hassle that I didn't even bother. I then finally got this annoying achievement, grabbed my horse and started jumping around to level it up, and after 54 minutes of jumping in circles, I finally got the achievement of maxing out my horse's stats. And here's me getting the secret achievement, which was fairly easy since it only requires you to set off 5 fireworks within 10 seconds. And now I got only 2 achievements left: the first harvest achievement and the millionaire achievement. The first harvest achievement was really easy. I just had to completely fill up the harvester. On the contrary, the millionaire achievement almost made me quit the challenge. You see, this achievement requires you to earn $1 million. However, I have been playing the game on a daily basis for more than 6 hours a day for an entire week, and I only managed to make 100k. Which means that I am making 100k per week, meaning I would need 9 weeks to get the achievement. I simply could not spend 9 weeks playing a game for 6+ hours a day, especially with the low frame rates due to the farm animals. I seriously considered calling the video off, because I cannot post a video claiming to have 100%ed Ranch Simulator without getting every single achievement. I just can't. At that point, the video was off. That is until my knight in shining armor pulled up. Sunflower seeds. You see, every single item/animal that you could buy can be resold, and the money that you make from that resell counts towards the achievement. Nonetheless, everything gets resold for half the price, and some items get resold for almost 10% of their original price, except for chickens, pet tags, pet food, and sunflower seeds. You can resell them for full price. So my plan was to buy and resell them until I get the achievement. I immediately eliminated chickens because I needed to carry each one of them and put them in the selling area in order to resell them. I can't do it directly from the terminal. Pet tags and pet food are dirt cheap, so it would have taken me ages to get to $1 million. Sunflowers, however, were 200 each, and you can buy 10 of them at a time for 2k and immediately sell them through the terminal without having to move a muscle. They were perfect. They occasionally got misplaced and I needed to leave the terminal to carry them inside of the selling area, but it was nothing too serious. And then I got to buying and reselling and buying and reselling and buying and reselling. The process was tedious and mind-numbing, but I reached a point where my mouse movement got so efficient I felt like I lost control over my hand and someone else was moving. After an excruciating 58 minutes, I resold for one last time, and there it was, the millionaire achievement, with only 0.4% of players having it. Well, no fucking shit, it's impossible for the average player. But I am no average player. I then went to my Steam and started gazing at the cute blue ribbon that signifies my meaningless accomplishments. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to my fully completed ranch. As you enter the ranch, you can see the ranch workers' house on the right, and they got a car, a truck, and some trailers, and a dead pig. And then there's a barn in the chicken coop, the beekeeping area. Don't worry about this guy, he's just sleeping. And my horse inside of the stable, the horsey training area, the greenhouse. And if you went inside, you can see how full of life the plants are. And my beautiful house. We got the porch, the entrance, and the living room that looks like nobody's living in it, and the dining room. There is just a bunch of tables. In here we got two hallways, one leading to the kitchen and the other to the garage. Near the kitchen there's a door that takes you outside so the workers can easily access the kitchen without having to use the main entrance. And here's the kitchen, which turned out pretty alright. You got some meat on a shelf, rotten cheeses, room temperature milk, and some hot dogs. And in the other hallway we also have another door that leads to the outside. And here we got the beautiful garage. Just look at that shit. We got some materials, some tools, some camping equipment, some paint. We got logs and seeds and jerry cans and shit. And here you can see my cars. And we got light switches for the lights. It just turned out beautifully. And yeah, by the way, this is the dog's house. And he got two bowls because why not? And when you go upstairs to the left, you got the kids area and they got their own bathroom and their own storage units. And here are their rooms. You got the girl room, and you can tell it's a girl room because it's pink, and the boy room. And you could tell it's a boy room because it's blue. And his room is slightly smaller than his sister's because he a bitch. And to the right of this staircase there's the biggest attic in the history of attics and the master bedroom. And you can tell it's a master bedroom because it has two beds, a bathroom, and a walk-in closet. And here we got an office that is most definitely locked. And well, that's it. I have officially 100%ed Ranch Simulator. It took me about a week, and I spent the vast majority of my time building my house and AFKing at the oil drills. And now, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on my main channel, and I will see you in the next one.